But I want you to hear this first, and then let's hear you continuing from that. You spoke briefly about this Ejapa deal, and this is what you had to say. Please listen.
It gladdens my heart that at the peak of the campaign against this arrangement, and following the release of Mr. Martin Amidou corruption report, the president stepped in and asked that the process was stalled, and that the concerns that we're raising must be considered and factored into the arrangement, and then brought back to Parliament for reconsideration. So it isn't like we've been criticizing the deal without making suggestions as to how it can be improved. This is what we've been doing. We had expected that the finance minister, given that it's been made public that the transaction documents have been revised, would have been, if he were acting in good faith, disclosed the revised document for us to be able to interrogate it and assure ourselves that the concerns we had about the transaction had been adequately taken care of. Some of us have been trying to lay hands on the so-called revised documents without success. So I will take opportunity of this medium to request the finance minister to publicly disclose the revised Ejapa transaction document so that we can all discuss it from a very informed position and see how together we can improve it for the benefit of this country.
You said this a while ago. If you do not get a voluntary, public disclosure as you demand of the finance minister, it would have been expected that this naturally would have happened. If he doesn't do that, if the government doesn't do that, what next?
Well, Samson, I will be pleasantly surprised if the government did that. So even in requesting that government made full disclosure, I'm not deluded into thinking that they will oblige. Let me say that all government is doing with the Japan is trying to avoid scrutiny in terms of how they manage our mineral revenues in this country. Because in 2016, they promised us in the MPP manifesto a very comprehensive framework for managing mineral revenues, similar to the Petroleum Revenue Management Act, which has been hailed globally as one of the best, in fact, the best in Africa. So we're expecting a Mineral Revenue Management Act. And what did we get? A myth, which actually has built into it a mechanism to shortchange this country. Now, if the government indeed has nothing to hide, they would have voluntarily, first they would have engaged the CSOs following the president's directive. And they would have also disclosed the outcome of the consultations and the revised documents. These they are unable to do because they know nothing substantial has changed. And so, well, the option we have as CSOs, as citizens, is to raise the concerns and hope that all Ghanaians will actually be part of this resistance of this scheme to shortchange Ghana.
Right. So in the next 3 minutes, let me hear from